Hello, this is Broly SS Guide, and I'm back with another video. This video here is about Sony. Yes, Sony. Again, this video is about me talking about how Sony basically is killing PS5 physical copies. Now, let's see people blame good old Jim Ryan on this one, right? Good old Jim Ryan on this one. Check this out. And Nino Nashino Brown, whatever his name is, the latest interview they had with him, he was still talking about doing more what? Live service games. Now, I'm starting to think Jim Ryan wasn't pushed out now. I think Jim Ryan really did retire. You know why? Because if they were so upset with Jim Ryan with live service games, then why are they still chasing live service games? Jim Ryan was one of the last few that pretty much was about console war. I'm just being real. I mean, he pretty much believed in the console. He staggered PC ports. Hiroki Toki was forcing this nigga to pretty much, um, you know, put out PC ports faster if he was doing it. And then once he left, Hiroki Toki doubled down on making PC ports going faster and faster. Hiroki Toki. I mean, you got YouTubers out here, that's pro Japan. You know what I'm saying? Japan could do nothing wrong, and I'm not being racist. I'm just being real. Like, I know there's YouTubers out here will blame everything on Herman Hose, Jim Ryan, Herman Hose, Jim Ryan. Okay, then explain this. Why did the Chino? Why is Hiroki Toki still doubling down on live service games? Why can't they say, you know what, we failed at it, we're done with it, we're going to move on? These two, you heard what this nigga said in the interview in the article? Nino sit there and said that live service is a brand new thing, and they're excited about it, like they just invented something brand new out for themselves, and they can't even get it to work properly. Make that make sense? They shut down your best live service that you have was Destiny 2, but then you want to keep Marathon alive. They're making a dumb. Jim Ryan would be better decision than that. So you know what? Nah, this is our best shooter right here for live service is Destiny 2. We're not shutting this down. But Hiroki Nitoki, Nishino, and Hermel decided to shut that crap down. That's crazy. That is crazy. They're making the most dumbest decisions, and then they want to shut down physical copies of PlayStation for PlayStation games. The disc. Yeah, please blame Jim Ryan for this one too. Oh yeah, it's all goes back to Jim Ryan. You know what I'm saying? If Jim Ryan didn't do this, if Jim Ryan didn't do that, Jim Ryan, no, nigga. It's your boy, Hiroki Toki. Japan. That's right, Japan. It's your boy, Nino, Nishino, Japan. It's your boy, Herman Host. I don't know where you from, but Herman Host, right? Anyway, look. In Japan, I don't know if they don't even care about PlayStation in Japan. Aren't they pretty much like Nintendo Switch 2 and PC over there? Am I right or wrong? And what if but what if the 85% of the sales is Japan? That's digital. They probably killed Japan as 85%. They ain't killed the whole wide world like that, bro. I mean, come on, it doesn't even seem right. 85% of the sales. You know what? They could be lying to us about these numbers. Have you ever thought about that? How do we know they're not lying to us? just to put just to put this upon us. That way they can control our library. Have you ever thought about that? That they don't want to be put these games in the GameStop. They don't want to put these games in these stores because they want 100% profit. Have you ever thought about that? They got caught lying so many times. So many times they got caught lying. Come on, man. And then y'all, it's just they got caught lying about what? Something to do with Horizon having like a free PS5 upgrade, and then Jim Ryan said that yeah, they're gonna charge some money for it. Got caught lying with that. They got caught lying saying that Concord will be played for years to come. They were shut down within a week or so, less than a week. Lied about lied about that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Check this out. They lied when they sat there and said that on the PS3, going to the PS4, and the PS3, right, was getting these emails saying that we're gonna be going to PS4 pretty soon, right? It's gonna be free online to play. Because everybody's talking about everybody's hearing rumors that we had to start paying for online, right? And we were like, nah, we didn't want to do that. And somebody started giving us emails of Sony saying, rest assured, we're gonna have free online on PS4. That was a lie. They lied about PlayStation Home. They was talking about how it's gonna be I think they said everything will be switched over to PlayStation Home to like the new PlayStation Home they was gonna give us on PS4. Atom Universe, what it was called? No Realms. I forgot the name of it. Was it PS4 or PS5? I think it was PS5. I can't remember. All I know is this: everything we had on those accounts did not come over because they didn't even give us PlayStation Home. They changed the thing to completely something different. They lied about that as well. But the biggest lie for me was they lied about free to play. When they went from PS3 to PS4, they lied about that, and I didn't like that. So yes, they lied a lot, and they can lie that many times. What in the world? What make y'all think they can lie about these numbers? Just to put this, and then you got YouTubers out here shout out to the rooftops. Yes, Sony said 85%. Come on, guys. 85%. Like, bruh. And you just listen to everything Sony say when it comes to shit like that, right? When it comes to numbers. Numbers don't lie, yeah, but people do. Hey, look, I can sit here and say there's 10 of me out here. Is that true? I got 10 twins of myself out here running around. How about I got 20 twins of myself running around? Is that true? Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, right? So the number 20 is real. But the thing is, the person behind me, the person that's saying how many of them are out there, is that a lie? That's the question. So yes, numbers can lie when people lie about numbers. People can lie about numbers. So yes, so doesn't mean because that somebody said it that it's gonna be true. Ain't no 20 me out there. This is just like in my opinion, ain't no 85% of digital oh, digital sales out there. In my opinion, it's all just a scam to get us to go out there and to pretty much stop us from buying digital. I'm sorry, to stop us from buying physical and push us to a library that we're locked in and we're prisoners of buying what they want us to buy, and they can take it away whenever they feel like it, and that sucks. But yeah, let's blame Jim Ryan for this too. Yeah, Jim Ryan. Yeah. Herman host. Jim Ryan. That's the first thing people Jim Ryan. No, nope. Cannot blame Jim for this. Your boy Hiroki Toki, your boy Nino Nishino Brown, Japan. Japan, both of them are from Japan. They're the ones that's doing this. Japan doing this. And of course Herman host as well. But this is the thing, right? Japan. It sucks, man. You know what I mean? Like we can, like I said, we had the power to fight back. Check this out. People, we all know that now that Sony, majority of their market of their business is 65% of PlayStation. If your next console flop, and if your games don't stop, if your games slow down in sales, digitally and physically, you're gonna go under. They do know that, right? We got the power to shut them down. Or are they forgetting that majority of their business is 65% PlayStation? And they got the audacity to sit here and say, we're gonna make everything physical. Nigga, we can make it all disappear. Have y'all ever thought about that? We could make Sony disappear, as far as PlayStation. As far as you're doing movies and everything, whatever. We watch the movies, whatever. But as far as PlayStation itself, it can just die away. We're not gonna take this crap from them. I mean, I don't want them to die away, but at the same time, it's like if you're gonna act that way, you're gonna try to, put us on a leash and chain. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you might as well be gone. That's not right, man. And then you gonna price your console expensive as I don't know what? No, nah, I'm not rocking that. I'm not rocking that. But this main topic is really much about people. Watch how you start seeing people. Not I'm gonna say some people start, blaming Jim Ryan. No, Jim Ryan. It's all because of Jim Ryan. It's Jim Ryan never did this. It's Jim Ryan. Years ago, Jim Ryan's been gone for years. It's all comes from Jim Ryan. It's all comes from Herman Host. But hey, look, Nino Machino Brown, and like I said in that article, sit there and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're going to start pushing more on, pushing out more for gas games. You know what I'm saying? Live service games. They're not gonna let that go. They're going strong with that. So I don't, like, you know what? Like I said, for real, I don't think Jim Ryan was even fired no more. Jim Ryan was just a scapegoat. That's all he was. It's like, look at Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella. Like, Phil Spencer was in there to pretty much ruin Xbox, and he did that. And once he did that, they got him up out of there, and they got Asha to like the hero, and she's doing the same thing now. She's doing even worse job than Phil. She's sitting there firing everybody. Everybody's losing their jobs, or they're getting like transferred to another job, whatever, right? She's cleaning the house, and it just to get your exclusives back for Xbox. It is what it is on y'all part. Like, I feel sorry for your devs over there on that side. Our side as well, PlayStation, you know what I'm saying? Like Bungie and everything, that's not cool either. And Sony's not they didn't do a good job with Bungie. They didn't even try to like support them with Destiny 3. They didn't even try to make them better in what they're doing with the game. Nothing from Sony. Sony need to quit, bruh. They need to quit live service, period. And then they sitting there and charging us for free to play games. Games out here coming to players in the store free to play. That's another thing too. Keep this in mind. A lot of those games that's digitally are free to play games, right? You can play them for free, download them for free, and play those games for free. And I bet you they count that in as um in the sales, right? Because it's free to play. Add that to it too, right? Any little thing that boosts up those numbers to 85%, which I still don't believe is true. I don't. I think they're full of it, and I think I'm not being racist, but I feel like since Jim Ryan left, it's gotten worse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like it's gotten worse. We only hey look, hate it or love it or not, we could have got a God of War game. I would have liked it. I don't care what nobody say. I would like the God of War multiplayer game. We had one before, and I love that one. But yet now games we're getting was like Concord, and you know, other than the other game looked like it could be okay. Probably what's it called, Fair Games. I might try that out. It was, um. But the thing is this, though, like Jim Ryan will at least kept out Spider Man for us to play or Twisted Metal. He had those games lined up for us to play. God of War, games that we know about, games like that. Now, as far as the art style, I don't know how it's gonna be. It would have been, but as far as the Marvel Spider-Man game, That looked great. Multiplayer game, that looked amazing. They had all the Spider-Man on the screen as multiplayer live service game. And they took that from us because now they give us crap games to play for our live service game, and they expect us to play them, or they'll just sit there in studios or dispatch them. You know what I'm saying? Break them apart and just having like a skeleton crew working as on the projects. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, at least you know what? Keep this in mind too. Wolverine was through Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan had Wolverine out for us and Spider Man out for us. What's gonna happen after Spider Man goes or the X Men? I think that's all through Jim Ryan. It wasn't through. It ain't through Hiroki Toki. It ain't through Nishino Brown, whatever his damn name is. It ain't from him. They don't want to give us nothing but freaking live service crap. That's no wonder Jim Brown's talking about 12, 13 games of live service. That's all they think about is live service. That's all they're thinking about. Like, you know, the only reason why they're changing their mind about putting things on PC is because of Xbox, Helix. Because then people be like, why would I buy a PS6 because they can buy the Xbox for it? Like I said, man, I see articles. If you don't believe me, go to my YouTube channel. Articles sitting there saying Jim Ryan was staggering those PC ports. And I got a feeling Jim Ryan didn't want to do PC ports. They made him do it. I don't know who was his commander in chief back then over Jim Ryan, but somebody told him to do it. He did it. Okay, so he came out of nowhere. I don't know when he came in the picture, but I know he's been there for a long period of time as well. But it's kind of weird that he got all that power. I don't know. Something's weird about that. When Jim Ryan left, Rogan Toki got so much power. He said we're over top of the heads of like people like Nino Nishino Brown, whatever his name is, and also Herman Oates. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, I don't think now I'm starting to feel like Jim wasn't fired though. He wasn't because all this time they still pushing for live service. We started to see two people talk about the same subject, live service, and they are pretty much pushing for it on both sides of Japan and also dude Herman Host and then Shino Brown. They're both doing it. They both agree on the same thing. That which means that they agreed with it too when Jim Ryan was there. All that they did was just turn the fat of how many games was coming out. It didn't mean that they disagreed with what he was doing. It just means that they wanted to save some money on, so they won't be losing much money that they were, as if they would come for it. Only thing about it, they put their money on the wrong horses. Cause the ones they let go of the games that should have actually made them money. So like, look, that shows you right now. Look at what they just did with Destiny 2 and that's my point. That's my point right there. Look at Destiny 2, look at Marathon. Who called those shots? That shows you. It was them. It's them. When Jim Ryan was still there, they were still cutting those games off. Like God of War, Spider Man, and all the other games, Twisted Metal. It's their actions. Jim Ryan wanted us to have those games. Keep that in mind. Those games was available for us because Jim Ryan knew that we needed games that we are familiar with. As far as the art style with that Horizons, I don't know what happened with that one. That was good. But Spider-Man looked great. The multiplayer looked great, and I wanted to play that game. I was interested in playing that Spider-Man game on live service. Jim Ryan was trying to give us games, so you know what? He knew that we needed games to be familiar with for us to say, you know what, yeah, I can go to this game, I can play this game. These other guys don't care. They don't have an eye for nothing. All they have an eye for is how much money they can get out of us. That's it. How much money we get out of them, and if not, oh well, go to the next project. Kill the studio, shut them down, off to the next project. They don't care. But I know one thing: when we push back against the digital ports, the digital games and start buying physical, they'll learn something then. They're gonna learn something. Stop buying so much physical and start buying more. I'm sorry. Stop buying so much digital and start buying more physical. And start putting these guys, hold them accountable. Start saying the word fire. Fire Hiroki Totoki. Fire Nino Nishida Brown. Fire Herman Host. I don't care. Fire him too. I don't care. Fire all three of them. See, that's a problem. People on YouTube sit there and kiss their ass because they Japanese. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, Hiroki Totoki. Oh, man. These guys here, they came and did it. Shut up. See, you're the reason why Sony has this backbone of like steel, because y'all don't never, ever, ever criticize these niggas. They don't criticize anybody that's not Japanese. They don't. If they're I'm sorry. If they're Japanese, they don't get criticized. You know what I'm saying? It's just peaches and the cream. You know what I mean? But when it comes to somebody that's non-Japanese, they get all the smoke all year round. Never blame anybody besides the one that's non-Japanese. That's it. And that's why you know why they do what they do? Because they don't never get called out. You never see them get called out. There's always there's always a scapegoats. Herman Host, I ain't gonna lie, he's just a scapegoat, and so is Jim Ryan. I'm gonna be real about the shit on racism. I'm not being racist. They made sure they got the two white people as the scapegoats. I'm sorry, it's being real. They made sure they got two white people to do their dirty work. It could be a black person one day in the future, you know, right now they just white people, right? And they do their dirty work. And once they let, and they take all the smoke, they take all the heat. And while they sit there behind closed doors, behind stuff not being seen, and they're the main ones doing this crap. The main ones putting this crap out here on us. And they get away scot clean. Scot free, I mean. Scot free, right? Main thing to get that dash is in here saying now that the PS5, sorry, that the PS6 games will probably just be all digital, but they're saying that, right? They said 2028. And I'm thinking this to keep on saying that. So they said that 2028 for digital copies, that means the PS6 coming out 2028. That's not necessarily true, right? The PS6 is still launched in 2027. You feel me? And, you know, 2028, then you might see some games start becoming digital. They might do the last year of physical for the PS6, you know, physical games. Then the following year, you might end up starting getting digital copies only. But, like I said, we're starting to push it back now. We can probably fight against this crap, boycott these niggas, sign petitions, and get Hiroki and Toki, get, you know, the Shino up out of here. They need to go. They need to go. The same way you saw how they got rid of, like, you know, what's the guy named? Bill Spencer and, what's the guy named? Bill Spencer and who else was it? And that lady, Sarah Bond. He started saying, we're fire them. Light under the fire under the butt, fire them, right? Yeah, get some vote to wallet, buy the games physically from these stores, please. All right, guys, what else I got to sign up? Well, I'll take these. God bless. If you agree with what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section. If you don't, so